We are live. Welcome to the Seekers podcast for January 2024. I'm your host, Window Hurricane Burrows, and we're seeking answers to cryptic questions. And we got a panel here. If you want to message us, we'll try to answer any of your questions. If you've had any encounters, uh, message them on here and I'll read them, or you can message us on our Facebook pages, the Arkansas Boys or the Folklore Bigfoot Investigations. And we'll just go around starting with Dale and let everybody introduce themselves. Dale and then Marcus and then last but not least, BC. All right, there we go.
Hi guys, Dale Bullock. I'm here from just outside Heber Springs. Looking forward to our chat tonight and see what's going on. BC, Marcus, which one are y'all going?
I didn't want to step ahead of Marcus.
Oh, come on.
Hi guys, I'm Marcus, and I'm from out of Mountain View, Arkansas, and it'll be just let us know what you guys got. If you guys got any stuff, just let us know.
Yeah, I'm BC Davis. I live in northeastern White County. First experience was in 1982, and then I started getting into this more seriously in 2018.
All right. And I left out, I'm from basically central Arkansas here near Clinton, Damascus area, and Van Buren County. So anybody had any activity around in their areas? Been quiet here.
Yeah, same here, Wendell.
Mm-hmm.
Just nothing. I think they're all holed up in the cave
and sleeping and stuff. I haven't had time to listen around here.
Right.
I've had some activity around here. I don't know if y'all all familiar with Big Red. I went to let the dog out the other night, and I stepped out on the porch to whistle to him. Got out there, and boy, the scent just about knocked me down. And I think, oh boy, he's back. I just got this new thermal in my mail, and I had it all charged up. And sure enough, I got him standing up there on the mountain. I guess it's him and another one. It was about up there right on the lower cliffs. He was standing right on the lower cliffs, and the other one was down a little bit more west of him, probably 70 yards. But he was standing down there about the same level on the mountain. And I sat and watched him for a while and took a small video of it. I sure wish that thing had a zoom on it. And couldn't swear that it was red, but I know it was a big heat signature. Yeah, there's a picture. I went out there about midnight, slapped the house real hard. I went out there this morning, and sure enough, there's a big old print right there about 2 foot from my house. So,
definitely all disturbed there, and you see where it slid in.
Yeah. But yeah, he's back around, so I guess that's a good thing. I'm hoping he'll screw up. When I first turned the thermal on, I still hadn't got my fingers. It's kind of like trying to play a trumpet, you know, if you don't have to play there for a while, you know, until you get to figure out where all your fingers are supposed to be. But when I first turned it on, I didn't have my fingers on the record or anything. I just turned it on, and it came on, and something went whoop, straight down behind the stump out there. And there's some tall weeds up there about 3 or 4 foot tall. And I watched that spot for about 20 minutes. And I said, come on, move. Let me get you. But never did come back up. I guess you just planted on the ground out there. But that was about 15 yards behind my house. I'm like, if you move, I'll see you, you know. But he was pretty diligent. He didn't move a bit after that. I think, boy, I wish I'd have been ready for it. But anyway, I've been looking tonight, and I haven't seen a thing up there. Not a single heat source, except for the water coming off the mountain. It's a different color. But other than that, it's
good though that
though.
we're getting that kind of equipment and everything. That's the same thing I had Steve and James had when we come that time to Area 2 when Marcus got hit by the infrasound. When I seen that and go off the bluff line, it's pretty neat.
Yeah, I've got there's some kind of a training course on there. They say, I got an email about it, and I'm like, well, I believe I'll go ahead and get on that training course and figure out exactly how to use that thing, because it's got way too many settings for me. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing, but I got a couple of settings that's called black hot and white hot and all this lava and all these different things. And I was like, man, that's too much. I got to figure that.
The lava is what like finding Bigfoot in them or the mountain monster use when you see the red glow of it moving out there. That's the setting they use instead of the white hot.
The term for that is actually red thermal and white thermal.
Yeah, I was using a setting a while ago, and I just swung it around and looked at the neighbors' houses down below me, and you could see the tops of their roofs were glowing purple. I don't know what setting that was, but evidently that was heat escaping.
Yeah, they heating the outside up. Well, we're going to try again Friday to get up to your area, Marcus. The weather looks better. That's what I was telling Dale before we went. It's like 4 weeks we've tried to get up there.
Yeah, I know.
I've got a friend here that would like to join us next time we do an investigation in these parts.
All righty.
Sweet.
Always can use the help. Got a question. Of course, we don't know exact, but it says, do you think there's a Bigfoot mating season? Well, I'm sure there our activities, they seem to pick up in the spring, and we've always attributed that to mating season. But they're warm-blooded, so anytime during the year, I would say would be good for mating season. But I think the activity and being able to move around is more in the spring. One of the things that we always look to is Sillamore. They seem to be a whole lot more Bigfoot come into the area during the spring. So that's what we've thought. It's always been mating seasons while they're coming.
Yeah, I think there is. I believe you're right, Wendell.
Anybody got any questions they want to ask somebody else in the panel or anything like that?
I'm just curious where Marcus has been all this time. I thought somebody kidnapped you, son.
It's called working.
Yeah, get bills. You got to pay for them nowadays.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth?
How's your truck still doing?
It's doing pretty good. I have no problems with it.
Awesome.
You think it'd make a trip up that river again? Just ask it for a friend.
I'm hoping the water goes down by this next week.
Yeah, me too.
If not, I got a boat we can go upstream with.
Yeah, we can go up the edge of the bank too for most of it. Maybe, I don't know. February 23rd and 24th, we're going back to the OARC area, what we call Area 2. I've got 2 or 3 different people that's going to join us. I think Marcus said that he was going to try to be able to be there. Last I talked to him anyway, if something hadn't come up. And we got new equipment now. That'll help in that area. And Neil has got a spot that he's calling Area 2X. It's somewhere, you know, that road where you come into camp and you come around that curve right there by the camp, and there's that road that goes up to the left, somewhere up in that area.
Yeah. Huh.
So we're looking to be up in there.
Well, where'd you go, BC?
He moved sound and he disappeared.
Yeah. He didn't even freeze. He just disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have us a couple of new toys to play with, Marcus. I don't know if you've seen them or not. I like your hat, by the way. Got a real nice thermal for us. Got a good deal on it. It's the same type that it's made by Fleer. It's a Fleer Scout. It's supposed to be the same kind like the Game and Fish Commission used to check deer and elk populations. So, as soon as I figure out how to do that, and so we have something to use, and then I was talking to Wendell about it. I'm going to try to get us. I've been looking at the Psionics night vision.
Yeah.
Hey, see, I'm trying to try to get us before that February thing. Hopefully we're going to have a Psionics night vision to use too. It's a full night vision in color. Well, that's kind of a new thing. It's called a Psionics Black, I think is what they call it. I watched a bunch of videos on it. It's supposed to. It looks like it works really good.
Also, did you ever get it down to where you can use the drone? Or?
Oh yeah, I need to get out and practice on that thing a little bit. In order to take a bunch of good video and everything, I'm gonna have to learn how to use it with the phone, because the controllers that come with it, you can get out and you can drive the thing all over the place, but I don't see any way that you can look where you're going on the phone. But if you actually use the phone for the controller, you can actually record video and all that stuff, and it's pretty nice. But I haven't had a chance to get out in an open area, so I won't lose another one. I've already lost one. I let my grandson drive it, and he got a little panicked and hit the button on it, and it turned the thing off, and it kept on flying somewhere. So I don't know. Still need to get up there and try to find that.
Yeah.
I plan on getting me a drone, but I'd like to get one that has thermal on it.
Right. That'd be awesome. We lost you there for a minute, BC. You back?
Technical difficulties, mostly operator error.
That's all right. I've had all kinds here. I finally, after about a year of using this, I'm finally getting to where I can use it pretty good. Oh, we got another question. We've answered this before. It says, do you think Bigfoot is a migratory animal? Well, yeah. So to an extent, I would say. But they have family areas that they stay in. Now, as far as game, if game gets low, they will move. Possibly there are, like I said, about a breeding season, they may move to a certain area every so many miles or whatever for to find a mate and or something like that. But as far as just moving north and south, I don't believe all the populations do. They may some in a certain area that's been used to moving so far still be moving like that and everything. But I think the majority of them have a home location 40, 50 miles, and they move around in that 40 or 50 miles. That's my opinion from what I've seen. What do y'all think?
I think it's only the alphas that and the larger adults that do the migration for the, like the hunter gatherer types, and
Yeah,
we have that a couple areas, where we've seen a lot of small tracks, and I just don't believe for a second that they take the little ones along.
yeah,
It slows them down, and if one of them big ones can travel that fast, 50 miles ain't nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, they can be there in a couple hours. I don't know what kind of endurance they have as far as running full speed or a steady speed, but
For how long?
I don't figure. Yeah, I don't figure that it'll take them more than 2 or 3 hours to get where they want to go.
Pepper.
Well, have you had anybody say any more sightings or anything, BC, from the Ball Knob area as far as back in history wise or anything? Anybody come up to you?
Well, I haven't heard anything lately, but I may have mentioned this, may or may not have mentioned this on a previous podcast, but this would be about 1971. And a girl that was in my grade and her sister were over at a neighbor's trailer. And I guess her mom was getting her hair done or getting her hair cut, whatever. And something huge landed on top of the trailer. Just bam.
Huh.
They heard it jump off, and it took off through the woods, and it was making, she said, these weird noises. So I started looking up, all right, what could jump up there? Well, big cats, obviously, but a big cat is not going to leave a dent in a trailer. They're not that big.
Right.
Whether it's a mountain lion or a cougar or not even a bobcat, but nothing like that. And when I was 2.5, my mom was, I may have mentioned this, was rocking. I was 2.5 with my mom, my dad, an aunt and uncle and a cousin. The cousin was about maybe a year older than me at the time. And this would be in September-ish, 1964. And she had the window open and she's rocking me to sleep, whatever. And she remembered looking out and she described it as a weird face. And she screamed. And my dad and my uncle bolted out the door immediately. And I remember my uncle saying, whoever it was fast because we didn't see him. Well, at the time where the den is now was a carport. So I figured it probably just cut around back there and got and headed into the woods. The woods at that time might have been 60, 70 feet from the back door of the house, behind the house. It has since been cleared way off a lot farther. So that's another, experience that we've had here. Plus, there was that huge orb I saw last year. Saw a UFO here about 6 weeks ago. Seems like UFOs are the things I see most around here for some reason.
Yeah, I've
Not
heard.
Bigfoot related, but still weird.
That's definitely cryptid related, and we're answer anything about it we can. I mean, that topic, the government's actually even come out and said they all their files and everything are real and exist. So they still hadn't said it was actually an alien, but they said all these files exist about aliens. So why have the file if it don't exist? Kind of like Darren said about Bigfoot. That guy that come from special forces, he said they trained us how to deal and fight with them, but I've never seen one in all the spots we've been all over the world and everything. But why would they train you to fight one if they didn't exist? And then he comes to our area the first night and runs into one. that's sitting down on all fours as tall as he is.
Boy.
That was kind of hilarious after we get back and talk about it, but everything. But he run into two of them. Now, according to Thomas, Darren at the time was all about, no, I don't carry a gun. It slows you down. I got a big knife and everything. Now, when he goes out, he's got a gun with him. This is an ex, I don't remember if he was Army or Marine, but anyway, one of the special forces of them too. And he's changed. So they definitely they wouldn't have the files and put all that money into it if nothing was happening and it wasn't alien oriented or something along that lines.
Did he go into any details on how they were supposed to fight them?
A little bit, but he said there was a whole pamphlet and everything that they read and everything. This was about 2 years ago that he was telling us all about that and everything. Mm-hmm. I'd like to talk to him more, like you're thinking here about that, and see what other details. But no, he just a little bit, and I don't remember it all. But
yeah, is he still around somewhere?
Yeah, he's still part of Thomas's team and everything. He may be there in February when we go.
Be kind of fun to have him on this podcast sometime. That'd be an interesting topic.
Yeah, if he would. If he would, that'd be awesome.
Huh?
Well, what's going on? What happened, Marcus?
Do what?
Oh, I thought was you talking to us when you asked what's going on?
No, I was asking Mom what's going on.
Oh. Got another question. It says, what area of Arkansas do you believe has the most Bigfoot sightings or populations? Well,
that'd be... That one's kind of hard because there's been one here at Stillmore and also quite a bit up in the area too.
Yeah, and we hadn't got to. I have a lot of people that talks about down in the Ouachita National Forest and all that has been a lot of activity. So kind of hard for us to say. I would say that more from Ball Knob north and west would have the most activity, except along any of the like rivers or anything, but in the south. But we're not in those areas, so it's hard for us to say for sure. But for our areas, the most activities that we have is in the Oark and Sycamore areas, and then would be around Ball Knob. They have them coming through there all the time.
I will say
we get all kinds of stuff here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
go ahead.
I'm gonna send you something here in just a second, Wendell, if I can figure out where my screen is. I don't know if y'all have seen a couple of pictures I posted here just recently. Where the heck is it? Oh, there it is. This will kind of give an idea about that last question. It's a map of the sightings across the United States, and you can see Arkansas. It's pretty much covered.
Yeah, so I mean, I mean, from us, any certain given area, there's liable to be one passing through or around in Arkansas that we've dealt with. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, you can pretty much just see right here, Arkansas is just covered.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess it's where the redder areas is where there's been like multiples right in one area.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. I'm not exactly sure about that, but
Yeah, pretty much Florida's covered up, as is Louisiana.
yeah.
Ohio, West Virginia, Michigan.
Send you something else here. It's going to take me a couple minutes to
I was trying to zoom in on it, but it won't let me zoom anymore. That's weird that all in the middle says.
I'm gonna zoom in on Arkansas right there and save it as something else real quick.
All this up in the Midwest and all is basically where you have all the encounters in Oklahoma. From there east, there's all kind of activity, but from I can't remember what that lake and everything's called there in Oklahoma, where they have the Hobony Festival, Bigfoot Festival. But anyway, from there west, they ain't nothing till you get to New Mexico and up in Colorado. They don't look like they really like open flat land.
Yeah, not many places to hide or get out of the weather there unless they dig holes in the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oops.
Well, also, I want everybody to know here to help fund us a little bit, we've got her into some T-shirts and everything. We got our monster collection, and we started with it's the Fout Boggy Creek Monster that's on a shirt, and we're going to do all the popular ones. So go check out Hillbilly Graphics and get you a shirt, and it'll help fund us doing Bigfoot research. Everybody might not be able to get out into the field and do the research, but you can contribute and help that way. I'll try to post some of these here. Let's see. There's the Missouri one, Momo.
I don't know if this picture's got enough detail in it to help or not. I don't know.
I might be able to
section out here.
You posted that on our link, didn't you? Yeah, there it is. Maybe I can. Yeah, it'll let me zoom there. There's your overlay, Dale.
Yeah.
The green is all the cave systems that's known about that. So that's kind of unusual that the cave systems are right where the Bigfoot population is. It ain't conclusive that they use them, but that's a pointing factor. It might have something to do with it.
Pretty good. Yeah, let's see if I can do this now. It wasn't a very good picture to start out with, as far as clarity and Focus and everything. There's a different picture window that's got more of our area blowed up. Pretty filled up.
All filled up, and like you were saying, the red ones is where there's more multiple encounters. It may be over different years or whatever, but in the same general areas where the red ones. Ain't that odd? That right here would be, I would say, it would be the OARC area, pretty close. Look at all the red right in there.
Yeah, OARC and following the Littlemore. Looks like pretty popular.
Yeah.
Maybe Buffalo River or whatever that is right there.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely that. All that area right here in the northern area, it has had more red in it. And down here in the south, long when you get down into Louisiana and over here by Fout, there's red. But pretty much anywhere in Arkansas, you got a possibility of seeing a Bigfoot. All right. Got another question. What equipment, if you was a beginner Bigfoot, would you take along? Well, the first thing I'd always say, and I always forget it, is some type of ruler. I want to see if I got one that you can strap just to your belt and keep it with me from now on when I go back to somewhere. It don't have to be real big. You know, this is one of them little bitty 3-foot ones.
Yeah.
Would be awesome for that. And then your walking stick, if I would suggest have one of them just because it's something else that you could defend yourself with, but also something you can measure stride. Have some measurements on it, like a 2-foot mark or 3 foot, to where you could lay it down and then extend it to where you can see if they're running or if they're walking or how big anything is. Like, that's the first thing I'd suggest. What do y'all suggest packing with you if you're a beginner Bigfooter?
Cameras, of course.
Yeah.
A rear-facing GoPro, because no telling what's running across the path behind you that you don't see or hear.
Yeah, that's good. I had one several years ago, and I hadn't had one last 3 or 4 or 5 investigations, but I got a new one now, so that's what I'm going to designate it to be, like facing rear behind when you're walking off.
I'd say a weapon. I mean, not everybody wants to carry one, but remember, there's other things out there. Big cats, coyotes, bears. If you don't want to carry a gun, at least some bear spray.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, you'll never see Nick
that was going to be my first suggestion right there, but I wasn't going. I was going to wait for somebody else to say it.
I'd never go in the woods.
Yeah, it's foolish to go out in the woods without a weapon.
I'll never do it again. Well, my grandson showed me something the other day, and I'm like, well, how about that? I had this little toy sewing machine, but it actually had real needles and stuff in it. But you pull out one of the little things, and there was one of these little cloth tapes that they use for sewing.
Yeah.
You know, it stretches out about 4 foot long, but it folds up into barely anything. It's just a little little package. I'm like, now that's cool. You could put that in your pocket and it wouldn't even
Yeah,
weight you down. I mean, there's no weight to it at all. So,
that's what we need to get and carry. I'll look at that up.
yeah. I don't know if you can actually buy those in the sewing machine section or the craft or whatever you call it at Walmart. I'm not sure. I was
I'm sure
thinking
you
about
can.
looking for that, see what I can find.
What suggestion you got, Marcus, to pack in? You always got backpacks. You got me a big one that's set up here pretty good between you and Neil and Dale.
Do what?
As far as a backpack, what would you put in it going Bigfooting as a beginner?
Well, basically, if I went in as a beginner, go along, I would have 2 flashlights in there, lighter, stuff to start a fire with, and a weapon, and to measure the tracks and stuff with. See, have like little small tape measures out there, and also snacks, foods, and stuff.
Yeah, that's important because you never know when you get out there too late or get trapped, pinned down to where you can't get out, storm or whatever. Need some kind of food that's non-perishable in there, granola bars or something like that. Water. It's good. Like Dale does, this is a little bit more advanced, I guess, to be able to have the plaster. That's always good. 2-pound deal plaster, at least, in your bottles of water.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I generally try to carry. I know it's kind of somebody thinks that's a little overkill. I think sometimes, but I try to carry at least three things to do the same job. Like my glasses for one thing. I can start a fire with that. I can start a fire with a lighter, or I've got matches, waterproof matches that I carry, and knives. I carry an extra knife in my backpack. I carry one on my belt, and I have a multi tool in my backpack. And I generally try to carry at least two little things of paracord. It's like 100 feet long, and I've got them because I don't weigh anything, and it comes in real handy if you happen to build you a shelter or something. If you got paracord, it just makes the world of difference.
Yeah, that's what
Flare
I got.
gun. Sorry, but I think flare guns or flare gun with extra flares just in case.
Would be good. Yeah.
Get injured. You want to light up an area. If you hear noise around you, fire one up. It comes down. It can light up. Also, use it as a fire starter or even defense.
Yeah.
Good flashlight, maybe even a couple of them.
I take more than just one flashlight with multiple batteries.
Right.
Yeah. Extra batteries, lots of extra batteries.
Because you can have battery issues.
Yeah, that's right.
I always use
Well, I was just thinking they've got those kind you can crank up. I don't know how long it takes to crank up to get a full charge, but that's another option.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Radio's the same way.
I got this right here. I figured next big camp out, have a drawing for this. A very, very nice flashlight. I mean, it is a dandy.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I figure give somebody a chance to win a real. If you don't show up, you got a chance to win it.
Yeah. Well, we usually have several good prizes to win, so that'd be pretty good. I was flashing there when you got your light. I always recommend one of the little red flashlights or the green. Red would be more defensive.
Where'd you find those at, Wendell?
On Amazon. They're like you get 3 of them for $12, so $12.99 I think it is.
Oh, I got red and green both for the scope of my gun.
Oh yeah, that's good on your gun too. In mine, we're a little bit more advanced. We've been at this a while. I got my night vision. I got my binoculars that's got the laser light on it. I have my backup shells. I have the voice or the recorders that we put out, game camera, and the normal like the food and everything. I have that in there, and I have a fishing line, the 150-pound not fishing line, it's trot line. That's what I carry. And I can do the kind of same thing Dale was talking about. You can use it for all sorts of stuff, and if you want to double it, it's real strong then. So.
Mm-hmm.
Anything new that anybody wants us to try, or anything y'all want to mention about trying on any of the next investigations? Something you'd like to see happen? Maybe we'll be able to get it.
Well, I'd like to try those. I got some infrasound well calls.
Yeah.
And if I don't know what that'll do, but I don't think we've tried it before.
No.
Call blast some infrasound well calls and see if anything responds to it.
Well, we can do that because I got that big speaker I can take. And plug right in and do that. I know we had an activity to whatever Thomas at Token Luke or whatever it was music. They called back to it for a while and then finally quit. Sound like monks music. I don't remember, from Tibet or whatever.
Hey, somebody say on the chat, so I'm like,
oh, Neil's on there now. Yeah. Neil made it. Yay!
There he is.
I'm here. Sorry, guys. I'm a little late.
About time you showed up.
I know. Maximize this. All right. You guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What'd I miss? Anything fun? Anything interesting?
Dale's got us another a flare unit that he's going to we'll use in February, and got a drone. He may need you to help with.
Okay.
Since you've had drone experience there and everything. He was saying something about he needs to be able to hook it to the phone. Okay. Have you ever did that? Where you can see water?
No, but I have a guy that has done it before, and he's going to show me how to do it. So by the time February gets here, I should have it figured out. I think it's probably through Bluetooth or something simple like that.
Well, I found an app. It's called RC space FPV.
Okay.
And it's especially for flying the drones.
Okay.
And I don't know if y'all be able to see it or not. Let's see. That's basically what it looks like. I don't know if y'all see that or not. Maybe I can't.
Not real good.
It's just too bright.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's got the camera, it's got the power, everything all on the top of it.
Okay.
And you can turn on the camera, video camera, whatever, and you can see it right on the screen. And it'll actually have the, boy, I wish y'all could see that. See the little circles?
You got a little bit of background light. It's at the angle. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see it now.
There's little circles on there, and those are actually drone controllers, just like the one you hold in your hand. Huh. And you can You can get on there and actually move the little circles around, and whatever you're flying around, you can see it on the screen. So it's pretty cool.
And
But I hadn't
crazy
got
how
to get
technology.
out and try it a whole lot yet. But it's looking forward to doing that. Give you
Okay.
well, it's this right here too. If you happen to get in trouble, like I did on the last one with my grandson, if you're using the phone, you can push that button right there, and the drone will automatically return to where it took off.
Okay.
So it's got the GPS all built into it, and everything's cool.
Good.
And so if I ever learn how to use that real good, and we get that out there in the woods, and it sets up its own Wi-Fi signal between the two.
Okay.
And it's pretty awesome. But I've taken pictures and stuff with it the way it is now, so it turns out pretty good.
Okay.
Hey Neil, you see up on the screen? I was in our area at Sillamore doing a satellite deal, moving around because I was trying to figure out the best route to get into what we're calling the Bigfoot Valley. And look at this little mark right here. Does that not look like something running? Now, this is satellite photo, but it's from a year ago, but it sure looks like. Let me go to the next, and then that way I can zoom in a little more. Let's see. Oh. Here we go. Well, crazy.
There he is.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird. I mean, it don't fit with no tree, and it ain't no rock, and you can see it's in motion. I don't know how big it would be, but it would be huge compared to these trees that's there.
Mm.
I ain't saying it's a Bigfoot, but it sure looks like it.
Huh.
I mean,
When I go back and play this later on, I'll put it on my big screen TV and see if I can get a good look at it.
All right, yeah.
You talking about on the little hand in the picture?
Yeah.
That ain't no tree, but it's up and running through the woods.
So looks like something big and thick running through the woods.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Anyway, that was just something, a side note today. I was like, what in the world?
Something that I have picked up on is I was looking through some old phones from about 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's a video of something else, of someone else's stuff that I've took screenshots of, or if it's something I took of. I don't know yet, but I've got something that's walking away in the wood line, walking into the woods, and I've got 2 or 3 screenshots of it, and you can see the back of it, pretty detailed. And then the second one it's farther into the woods, blended into the trees, and then the third picture you can barely see it at all, as almost like it's blending in to disappear into the trees. I'm not 100% sure though if it's a video I took or pictures I took of something that I could just hear and didn't notice it, or if it's something that I was watching on a video and was doing it to look at later. I don't know. I hate to. That's the reason I hadn't posted them, because I don't know if I took or not. I don't know. I may send them to you guys through private messages to see what y'all think about it.
Sure.
And if I don't want to sit there and make it look like I got video or pictures of something that I didn't. I just don't know, and it's an old iPhone from a couple years back. So I will be sending them to all you guys to kind of see what y'all's opinion is. And I mean, when I seen it, I was it kind of caught me off guard. It's blended in with a bunch of pictures. So I was also going through everybody else's videos on YouTube and was screenshotting a bunch of stuff. And I just don't know. I just don't know if it's my stuff or not. So I'm hoping it is, because if it is, it's a pretty good picture. It's from the back side of it.
That's good. Yeah, we'll be definitely.
I'm just hoping. I'm kind of hoping it. I'm kind of hoping I took the picture. I just don't know if I did.
Right.
It's pretty clear. I mean, there's nothing fuzzy about it, but it's the back side. So
that's the same way. I had stuff show up this week. We've been talking about up at Sillamore, the V that is in the north unit that Mike Neal at his family's property that we're hoping to sometime get back in there. But it just popped up today, this week, and I was like, I bet looking everywhere for that picture of the
that's a GameCube, wasn't it?
Yeah. If I can find it on through here, I'm gonna post it and them tools that we found there in the north unit. I can find it here. I sent it to you, didn't I, Dale?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be the easiest way for me to find it here.
I couldn't tell if that was like up toward the bigger part, or was that down toward where it came together?
That's where it came together at.
I thought so, because I think that was before I actually looked. And if you look real close up there at the end of that chute, you can see them bright white rocks. So those tools sticking in the ground, I think. You can see them sticking right there in the ground, about half of them sticking out.
Let me clean that camera up a little bit.
There it is. I finally found it.
Is this something that was over by my family's farm, you're saying?
No, this was up at the north unit at Sillamore, but his name was Mike Neal. His last name was Neal.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
You can see this has all been lined up. Sticks has been lined up on this, and right here on this area, they've all been lined up to right here. There was a chute that whatever game you run in here, unless it jumped over all this stuff, it was going to run right through here. And all these sticks that's sticking up are all sticking straight up in this way. It's like they had been placed to where if anything did jump and get there, they would get impaled on it. It was trees that was all put in there, and it was all in a V here. And then these may be the stone tools that you're talking about right here, where there's area that's cursors going around. But let me go to put the tools up now. There's one of the tools he found. And you saw we had these at the Bigfoot conference down there, how sharp they were. There's another one. It's kind of knife-like. It shows the edge on them. So a lot of people was like, well, they never heard of them making tools. We hadn't either to then, but you can definitely see this was sharpened, and it was at that placed at that V in the woods there, built out of logs and sticks. So
yeah, just about half of them buried up, sticking straight
just
up.
interesting. Yeah.
Looks like pretty much made out of the same kind of stone too.
Yeah, I get all that up in Stone County.
Yeah.
Well, you got us any updates on the February 23rd and 24th, Neil? What's any plans or anything? Anybody else coming that you know of?
Yeah, I'm bringing in a couple of people. One of the people I'm bringing in, I may have told y'all last time, I'm not sure. He lives pretty close to where my first encounter happened at. He lives just on the other side of the holler from her. And he's definitely interested in going and starting he's actually interested in helping investigate more. He's had some weird stuff happen up on the mountain back behind his house. It's been a couple of times. He said he's gotten a little creeped out and his dogs are focused on something up there. And back behind his house, probably, let's say 50 yards up the hill back behind his house was where the tree line starts. If you go back another 20, 30 feet, that's where all the boulders starts up. And there's a whole boulder line going along all these houses going down along the highway there. If you look up back behind all these houses, there's just a big long line of boulders. And his house is one of those back by his house, and those boulders, there's like indentions that something can get up in and hide very easy. It's not a cave, but it's definitely it's close to an overhang, and there's a lot of that up through there. So he's definitely, me and was going to go up there and investigate a week or two ago, and we just never got around to doing it. But he's definitely interested in jumping on board with us. Someone else that I'm bringing. Oh yeah, it's there's two people from the Coal Hill, Arkansas area. They live in the Coal Hill Bottoms, and they're just more interested than anything. It's just a curiosity. I don't think they've had any encounters or anything weird happen like that.
Right.
I think it's just more they're just curious about it and just something exciting for them. So they're just kind of wanting to just tag along and just watch us and maybe interact a little bit. Maybe we can use them as bait. You never know.
Yeah. Either hook them or scare them.
As far as that
yeah,
goes,
we ain't had nobody.
I think there's a lot of activity going on. Braden, I haven't really got the okay to give this information out, but Braden said that he did within the last week that he's heard whoops out there in the woods out not too far away from the farm. So yeah, they're probably moving around and stuff. The loggers are still hanging around, so that's going to keep them stirred up. Every time I drive up through there, especially close to area 2, especially where you access it, if you look across the road, you can just see where things have gone up in there and just twisted stuff up, and you can just tell the stuff that we look for. It's all from the bridge all the way. It's very obvious. These things are definitely. I think they're reacting to stuff, to things, or us, not us, but like the loggers. I think they're just reacting to the loggers in there. Because what the area that the loggers are working in, you can tell that there's other things going on in there with it. So it kind of stands out.
Right. That'd be awesome.
That'll be one of the things I'll show you whenever we come up in February. We'll all line up out there. We'll take a walk across the road and maybe even go down there towards that bridge. Check out that little area to see if it's worth looking at. I think they cross there, so I'm convinced they cross there. All the way through that straight stretch is where I think they cross up.
Yeah, I do too. Trying to get this loaded up here. This guy's coming on February. Let's see. Share. Todd Ness, he's from he does a YouTube channel. It's called Bigfoot Flash of Beauty Bigfoot, and he's gonna be there with us, or is planning on it. If he gets his house sold and moves down, you might check him out and check out all of his videos. Dale's been doing a little background on him. At first, I kind of thought it might have thought of been he just moving into the area and trying to find. I don't know. We just checked him out to be sure he's on the up and up, and he seems like a pretty cool guy. And he's wanting to be out with a team down here that's actually has good Bigfoot activity, and then be on ground zero. And I told him, well, that's what we are. So
where we're at. So okay, awesome.
Yeah, he's ex-military. He's like 20-year retiree.
Okay.
Or 25 years or something. And he sounds like he's a pretty solid guy. I've been chatting with him the last couple of days about some of the hiking trails, because he's moving up around Ponca. And boy, that cool stuff up around Ponca. Up around the river up in there.
I know exactly.
That's perfect Bigfoot. He could go to they call it the glory hole there, and they shut that down for a whole year because two Bigfoot. Now, they said other reason, but when I talked to the park ranger, it was because two Bigfoot was throwing rocks at people and everything, so they was afraid that one of them might actually hit somebody, and that's why they shut it down. It's there by the glory hole, it's called. It's a local formation where a waterfall through the ceiling of a cave, but the trail that leads up to that is where people was having activity of stuff getting thrown at them. So that's why they shut it down for that length of time. So he's right in prime Bigfoot area where he's at. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in talking to him. I know that area very well. I've been there a lot.
Have you ever been up to Hemden Hollow, Neil?
Where at, sir?
Hemden Hollow up there at Ponca. Have you ever been to that?
Yeah.
I don't know about actually down in the hollow, but I've been in that area.
Because that's where that great big waterfall is down there. And there was a guy come up missing about 6 months or so ago. He went down there hiking solo and he disappeared. I don't know if they ever did find him or not.
I know that after we had that little situation we happened up here in our spot a couple years back that we have to look into.
Yeah.
I know that within a week after that, or maybe within a 2-week period, maybe 1 week to 2 weeks, there was a situation where in that same area that he's in, there was two older gentlemen that went on a hiking trail, and one of them started having medical problems, and the other one went back to get his medicine, I think. And whenever he come back to get or help him get out, he wasn't there, and they found his body inside of a canyon. And that was shortly after what we had going on up here.
Yeah, they had some kind of a big search group. They had dogs and everything they were using, and nobody could find any clues about where this guy went. And all they knew is he went down on the Hemden Hollow Trail, which is a bear of a trail. If you've ever been on it, it's one of the hardest I've ever been on. Okay. And nothing but switchbacks all the way up. I mean, if it didn't happen, you couldn't climb it. It's amazingly hard. This guy went down there solo, all by himself, and just vanished. And they got back with me 2 or 3 times, and I said, well, truthfully, I said, if somebody got in trouble, you need to follow the water. Go toward the river.
Yeah.
And I said, because if this guy gave up, he's going to follow the water down. And I never heard back from them, so I don't know if they found him or what went on with that.
Okay.
That's-
After the podcast, stay on, and I'll talk to y'all about something else involving that. I just don't want to. I'm not comfortable talking about it here. But
Right.
after we go off, remind me, and I want to talk to y'all about something involved in that.
All right. That area there at Ponca's where our church camp was for years, and we've been going up there and everything. So,
Really?
yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know he was going up there.
Yeah.
Small world.
Since about 2014 to 2019, we'd go to church camp up there. So
I had no idea you knew that. Man, not a lot of people know where that's at. You ever seen the buffalo up there?
yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty cool having those buffalo. What about the elk? You ever had the elk
Yeah.
pop up there?
yeah,
Dude, those elk will walk right down the middle of the highway, and they are huge. They are.
I used to go up there and stay in those biker cabins up there down there
Huh?
along the river. Those really nice little cabins.
yeah.
Yes.
A couple of them that's really biker friendly, and I've stayed in one of them quite a few times. It's a really nice area, really nice.
Yeah, I love it. It's beautiful up there.
Mhm.
Beautiful up there. Yeah, I've been inside. I've been down inside Lost Valley several times, like way down inside there. But I also
Yeah.
know there's an old cabin down there that someone showed me where it's at, and I've been down there probably 200 times when I lived up there. So, but yeah, that place is beautiful up there.
Yeah. What do you want?
I'm gonna look him up real quick. Todd Nice.
Yeah, he seems.
Uh-oh.
I mean, he's got quite a bit of videos. His first encounter, he was still in the military, and they was coming down the hill and into a valley there, and they was in the Humvees and everything, and they saw three of them standing down in the valley, and I mean, he's like he's looking down the hill. It's 300-400 yards away. He said the one in the middle was big enough that you could see the arms and everything on it. It was huge. So at 300 or 400 yards with a naked eye, you see it. He said, "There's no telling how big this one was."
Wow.
So it's in that video that's there that I got pulled up on the screen. Yeah, that's actual.
Yeah, he's definitely very well educated. Wow.
Yeah,
got a
he's
lot of education
been
background.
really involved with a whole lot of like different conferences and stuff too, as a speaker and everything. So
Okay.
he knows his stuff, that's for sure.
All right. I like that. Good job, gentlemen. Good job, guys.
Well, that
I
was.
think he's going to be a solid member of the team, I believe, by the time it's all over with.
I believe so too.
Well, I'm looking on here. First thing that stands out to me is on his page, it says, "I speak 4 languages: English, profanity, sarcasm, and real stuff." Yeah, he'll fit in. He'll fit in just fine. Awesome. Well, welcome to the team, Todd. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Good job.
That's what I'm thinking. The Area 2X that you're talking about is where is it from our normal camp? North, south, east,
West. Hard west.
So that'd be back towards the highway then, wouldn't it? Or what?
Kinda. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda. It'll make more sense whenever we get there.
I'm
It's
hoping.
not. As far as base camp, Area 2 base camp,
Yeah.
if we drove it, 15 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, we would have to hit highway for a little bit, but not for long. But it's a spot that it's definitely needs to be looked at. Definitely needs to be looked at. And I'm not going in without having everybody there with me. Remember that video I sent you, Wendell, a while back, where I walked on top of that waterfall. I
Yeah.
was looking down. That's where it's at. That's the place.
Awesome.
And it's got probably, man, it's got several places we can enter at, but it's rough terrain. It ain't nothing to play with. I mean, you get out there goofing off. I mean, you get a long ways down in some places. There's one place that it's like a tunnel. It's like where a piece of the bluff line had broke off, and you got a gap in there, and big enough to drive a bus through if you wanted to. Or you could probably line up 6 or 7 school buses up through there. And I'm telling you, this thing can travel through there easy and not even be seen, not be heard. I mean, it's right there. I mean, it's right in the middle of it. It's a perfect, and it's just, you'll see what I'm talking about when we get there, and just how easy it is for something to access that, especially from right there. I mean, it's literally right there on the road. You cannot see it until you get out and walk around and you actually get snooping and put boots on the ground. You're not going to notice it's even there. It looks like you can't even see it's there until you actually walk on top of it and look down. And next thing you know, you're looking at a gap. You're 30 feet above this, just kind of like a tunnel. You're standing above a tunnel, pretty much. It's pretty interesting looking, though. It ends up pretty close to that. It comes out close to where that waterfall's at. That has that. I think it's got a cave underneath that waterfall. Whenever me and Braden and Dow went up in there, Braden found a footprint on the road right before we left. We just didn't have anything to cast it with. I wish we did, because it was Braden's print. I was actually quite impressed. I walked right past it and I didn't even see it. Braden's the one that found it.
Huh.
Yeah. So Braden's getting a keen eye for this stuff. There's certain things he's getting the eye like the rest of us have. It's like things start sticking out to him, and
yeah, more
like,
you're around it.
We'll start wandering off, and I have to try to keep up with him for the first time ever. So,
right. Well, awesome. We're looking forward to it, and we're looking to get up to Marcus's area at Sycamore this Friday and see if we can get in there and see. We're just scouting there for maybe in into March or first part of April to go back to there if you can, after we have our Sycamore one in February, and get them to do investigations in. We're just trying to figure out where we want to go there at Sycamore. That's what this would be for. And any other thing anybody want to bring up? We're over our hour limit here.
Area 2X would be a good place for those drones. Hell,
That'd be
like
good.
Area 2X would be perfect for that.
Awesome. We'll get that and some
I'll
good
get some
video. Yeah.
Well, I'll go down to the service and I'll see if I can get us some maps of that area, the terrain maps and all that stuff. So
great.
Just in case we need them. Sorry I'm late, guys. Again, that's
all right.
I was running behind.
We understand everything going on. I've actually forgot about it, and I was like, I was going to do it next weekend, and I looked, and then that next weekend, February, and I'm like, no, we got to get it in today or tomorrow. So I just threw it all together, and it actually worked out pretty good.
Oh, it always does.
Yep. All right, I guess we're just going around in a circle, and you can have any last comments and tell everybody see them later. And start with you, Dale, and go to Marcus, and then Neil, and then BC, and then I'll end the show.
Alrighty. See, I've got me a partner here now. He thinks he's got to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
He's a watchdog. I hope to bring him in soon. Y'all have a blessed week, the rest of the week, and everybody say your prayers, and I hope y'all see y'all soon. Say bye, Colt. Night, 20.
I'll see y'all guys later. Guys, have a good night. And adios.
Again, sorry I'm late. The conversation we had, it was pretty good. I'm gonna look through that iPhone, and after I find those pictures, I'll send them to everybody and tell me what y'all think. If I need to be posting them or not, I just don't know. Everybody stay warm, stay safe, and see you guys in February. Have a good one. Thank you.
Well, maybe I'll have something more interesting to share with y'all next time. Until then, be careful, be safe. God bless you all, and see you then.
All right. Yeah. God bless everybody. We'll try to have some good activity to talk about the next podcast. Should be, we're going to try, if we can have signal, do it just live and just like one video from around the fire or something there at I don't know if we can get signal at area 2 or not. We may have to plan, probably on that'd be the 23rd. That Friday night would probably be the night we do it if we can, and if not, we'll do it to Saturday the 24th. But I'll post a link by then, and me and Neil will figure that out and go from there. We just thank everybody for watching, and thank y'all for y'all's questions. And if you got anything else, just email us at arkansasboys at gmail.com, or you can message us on Messenger to any one of us here, and we'll be able to get those questions answered. See y'all next time on the podcast live, hopefully from area 2 or around there. And guys, remember, don't log off yet. We're going to end the podcast, and then we'll have our discussion here.